Jamaica, the diaspora, and the world. Welcome again to the Jamaica Patriotic Alliance. I am the Great Defender. Today's scripture is from the book of Psalms, chapter 1, and it reads, Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law doth he meditate day and night. And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of waters, that bringeth forth fruit in his season. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. The ungodly are not so, but are like the chaff which the wind driveth away. Therefore the ungodly shall not stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the congregation of the righteous. For the Lord knoweth the way of the righteous, but the way of the ungodly shall perish. The way of the ungodly shall perish. I want to say that we have seen over the years where a lot of our people have become ungodly. We have our youngsters now seeking gatherings to protect them from themselves because they are the dangers to themselves. I don't see how a gathering can protect a man. When you're doing evil, you're doing what's wrong, and yet you want to be protected in doing the wrong things that you already know are wrong. So that brings me to the point that I think a lot of the people that have this kind of mentality are insane. And the people that provide them with these nonsensical items to protect themselves are insane. Because the people they go to for these things, they know that these people are doing wrongs and are doing evil, but I'm just showing you how the chain of evil is long. The man or the woman they go to who fix up a little ring and give them and say, oh, this protect you. They know that's a gunman. They know that's a criminal. And yet they take money from the criminals to encourage the criminals to do their wrongs. In fact, they are giving the criminals a false sense of security. So they become emboldened in going out there and doing what's wrong. You understand? But as the good book tells me, the way of the ungodly shall perish. And we see how many of these youngsters are going out there and dying on a daily basis because they are under the illusion that they are protected. And so they stupidly go out there to perpetrate their wrongs and they get cut down like animals. And this is the trend that our youngsters seem to be adhering to. They seem to be attracted by the spectacle of a little excitement, and life can be over. They don't value life. They just want 5 minutes of attention and then it can be over for them. But we have identified the many problems in our country, and it is time that we seek the leadership that can inspire and motivate our young people to choose a different course of life. The mechanisms must be put in place to attract people towards different things. There's not enough attractions towards production. The incentives have to be laid out for the youngsters to produce. And so the very people that are choosing to do evil, because guess what? You're doing evil on yourselves and to those around you, can be better utilized by expanding our farming capacity in Jamaica. we can become the farm capital of the Western Hemisphere if the governments have the vision to use our hillside lands in a better way instead of letting the land lying to waste. The demand for organic food is extremely high worldwide. And while these perpetrators of evil are going around committing crime, they could be forced to work on these farms. And so the government has got to be willing enough and stop the laziness and begin to put into effect that scientific approach that is needed to make sure hillside farms are created across the island and that the products they grow can drop right into the demands of the organic food market. It's a lot more expensive for organic food, and therefore if Jamaica taps into that market, we can save the lives and the livelihoods of many of our young people. They are just being wasted, and if they are being wasted, the future is being wasted. And even the Bible tells me that without a vision, the people perish. And so therefore, our leaders have got to be men and women with vision. They have got to be men and women who realize that the country they run has a lot of potential. We can start from breadfruit. We have the best eating breadfruit in the world, and yet we don't have a breadfruit export market. We need breadfruit farms. There should be projects going across the island to plant breadfruit all over. Every man with a piece of land should have a dozen breadfruit trees that he can contribute to breadfruit export. We're buying breadfruit by the pound in the United States. They're selling breadfruit by the pound. And countries in Central and South America are capitalizing on the breadfruit market, and Jamaica is not getting involved. Turmeric ginger. Jamaica is probably the most fertile land for turmeric ginger. Turmeric ginger in America is very expensive. And so these are natural resources that God has blessed our country with, but because of the ungratefulness of the leaders, they don't realize how blessed Jamaica is and how God has blessed this country with natural resources that can be utilized. As one of the great singers or writers of the past had said, in the midst of water, the fool is thirsty. Mr. Bob Marley said, in the midst of water, the fool is thirsty. And so even though we have what it takes to feed our people and to take care of our people are still hungry. Pot a cook, but food not enough. Rain a fall, and dirty tough. But I want the people of Jamaica to begin to demand the new leadership that you need to pilot you towards better results for yourselves and for your families. It's all about leadership. It is all about leadership. Because if you have the leadership that knows the value of these products, then I'm sure that you will benefit from the products you have around you. Let us say our banana tastes better than most bananas anywhere in the world. There's a kind of banana in Jamaica, it's called Gros Michel banana. We need a Gros Michel farm because there's no sweeter banana than the Gros Michel. And I am surprised that such a potent fruit is not being scientifically managed and monitored and programmed so the world, if they don't want to buy Jamaican banana, we give them our best brand of banana, they have to buy it. The Gros Michel banana is the most delicious banana you can eat. And I'm surprised none of our politicians have taken the bold initiative to make sure that these things are planted and marketed on the global market. Jamaica have a lot of products, organic products, and organic food is so expensive it can enrich our country. Because everybody with a plot of land could literally grow a garden and take it down to the export depot to sell their products to the government so the government can export it. So the government has got to stop being lazy and get active in the lives of its people. Not just sending police around to kill a few people and pretend that you're doing something. You could have prevented all of this by being proactive. Proactiveness is needed in any government. And our government, over the years, our governments have become reactive governments. And they wait until the tragedy happened and they try to do something about the tragedy, but it's already been done. The damage is done. We want to prevent the damage. And so we believe the kind of leadership that we can bring to Jamaica is the kind of leadership that will put the systems in place to reduce many of the crimes that are going on, because the vision of how to build a country just does not exist with this crop of leaders. And so therefore, it is you, the people, who has got the power. You, the people, have got to use your power. Forget about the bellyful that they're going to give you on election time. Forget about the little street chopping jobs that they want to give you now and again. You need a future. You need a country. Look on your children and say to yourselves, are you going to choose the politicians over the future of your children? If you choose this crop of politicians that are ruling Jamaica now, you have given away the future to them. They don't have a plan for you. We believe in utilizing the natural resources of our land, the breadfruit, the banana, the cocoa, the dashi, the yam, the coconut. We believe we can make the world a healthier place. And if we make the world a healthier place, Jamaica will become a wealthier place. Until next time, like, share, and subscribe. Spread the word so it can be heard. And be a part of the change. Demand new leadership. Spread the word. Let everybody know that there are other Jamaicans that are willing to take the mantle and lead your country towards success. A healthier world means a wealthier Jamaica. And we will use the resources. The farmers on the hillside that have the sugar cane that you don't have nothing to do with it but eat where you can eat and let the rest rotten. No, we will find use for your sugar cane. The river cruisers that are there in the rivers that are just wasted, we will find export market for them. The man who plants his cabbage and that has too much and cannot sell enough, there must be a depot where you can take the rest that they are preserved and exported. Bamboo. We want to cut the bamboo forestry down and you press bamboo and make bamboo floors. You wouldn't be able to realize it's bamboo. We're talking about huge potentials in Jamaica. But the vision has got to be there, and the will and determination of the leaders have got to come to the fore to help our country from poverty to reality. God bless. Until next time.